So I'm happy that we got to have this little goodie with us. What does everybody think we're gonna get? Silent Hill NFTs? Definitely possible. I don't know if I'm thrilled about that, but it's definitely a very big possibility. It's supposed to be 48 minutes. You lying. Let me get the microphone, baby. Let me get the microphone, baby. Okay, if it's supposed to be 48 minutes, then we're definitely gonna get a, what is it? Plinko machine? We're definitely gonna get that. But if it's not, I can't imagine. Also, did you guys see we're getting a alternate costume for Cheryl in Dead by Daylight? So I think that bodes well for this. She's getting her Hyperpop outfit in Dead by Daylight. A mobile game, definitely a possibility. Guys, but I will play a Silent Hill mobile game. IGGAF. Oh my god, thank you. I would have forgot it if it wasn't for you. Hi, Jesslyn. Everybody go follow my friend Jesslyn on social medias. Love Jesslyn Cupcake. Stunning, amazing cosplayer. Hey, this I haven't worn this dress in I think maybe like 5 years. I wore this dress when I started drag. The stream is going to start on the official page. What do you mean? What official page? Silent Hill Transmissions Live. I'm just getting IGN links. The Konami site. Oh, work. Okay, well, we're right here. Oh, it says it's starting at 4:50. Oh, wow. We were 10 minutes behind. How about we don't do that? Not being about to miss the first 10 minutes. Hi, Gimmick Puppet. How you doing? So yeah, everybody, we're here. We're gonna do the Silent Hill presentation. Then we're gonna hop into, I think, some Silent Hill or Fatal Frame. So stick around. I'm gonna do an outfit change. I don't know if the red nails give you a clue on who I'm gonna be cosplaying today, but it is another look for my series. You can also go to my Instagram and my Twitter. We are doing 13 streams of Halloween. I have to do 13 looks, 13 streams, trying to pump it out. Do photo shoots and everything. So I hope you're enjoying the content. But yeah, I guess this was just happening today. So I was like, why not, you know? Silent Hill means a lot to me too. Like I love the series. We played it for the first time last year and I was just like, woo! And like, it's always been a part of my life. I've never actually played it, but like, I'm such a big fan. I think I'm gonna get a tattoo of the save symbol. I really want one. Even though it's like a demonic symbol, but I want one. I want one right on my shoulder right here. I want the save symbol. But I'm excited to see what they give us. It has been a couple years without Silent Hill content. I think the last thing we got was PT. We've gotten no new games, no ports, no nothing. I hope we get something good. I hope we get some ports. I hope we get just big news. But I am here. I am your on location. I'm on location. Like I'm at Silent Hill. Reporter for all you need gaming news. I like to be the drag queen correspondent. So if you need any presentation, you can go to my YouTube channel, look at my live reactions, or you can come here anytime you see something live. So tomorrow is the Resident Evil showcase. We will be live. And in future reference, we do E3, we do PAX, we do TwitchCon, we do all of the presentations like the PlayStation Presents, we do Nintendo Directs. Spread the word. This is the spot to be for these shows. Can I full screen it, please? Okay, wow. It is 48 minutes. Oh, shit. Y'all, this shit is 48 minutes. We're getting big stuff. I'm glad I streamed it. Let's go, gamers. Hype in the chat. Oh, they're about to gag us. They're about to gag us. They're about to gag us. The gagstress. I feel a gag coming. You guys know how I feel about synthetic hair. This synthetic wig is putting me through it. Is someone there? Hello? Do you guys hear that? I hear something. Oh, it's quiet. Give it to us. I can fast forward, it's not live. Should I fast forward? Oh my god, it's like 9 minutes of this. Good job, guys. Oh, it's because they wanted to air it. We're gonna skip ahead. Because they wanted to air it at, they wanted to air it at 5 o'clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Oh my god. Guys, I'm literally gonna shit. I'm so shocked. I'm nervous. I really hope this is good. Come on, give us big stuff, good stuff. Are you Celine Dion? Yeah. Here, I'll sing for you. Ah. If this is James and we get a Silent Hill 2 remake, it is James. It is James. Oh, gagged. Gagged. It's James! Are we getting remakes? Are we getting remakes? I will shit my dick right now. I will shit.
Really be here.
Oh my god, is it like a sequel? No, I will shit my dick.
Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago.
Oh! The gag. Oh my god. I can't. I can't.
In my restless dreams,
Ah!
I see that town.
Did you see that gameplay? Oh!
Silent Hill.
It's happening! We're finally getting Silent Hill content after years!
I know what you are.
I know what you are.
I know why I needed you.
I'm gonna start crying. I can't believe this is happening. This is
But
happening.
it's all over now.
This is real life.
I don't need you anymore. I'm ready.
Guys, I can't tell if it's a remake or if it's like a sequel to Silent Hill 2. Like, I'm...
Mary?
It's only on PS5. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It's only on PS5. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord! Fuck!
Welcome to Silent Hill Transmission, the show that keeps you informed about
It's a
Silent Hill.
PS5
My name is Selena,
exclusive!
and I'll be your facilitator. Thank you very much for having me. And
サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサーを務める岡本元井です。
Where did you see
今日はよろしくお願い
PC?
します。まずはじめにサイレントヒル2の映像をご覧いただきました。そしてですね、より詳しくお伝えするために一緒にゲームを作っている人をお呼びしています。では早速ご紹介いたします。コンセプトアーティストの伊藤正弘さん
I
です。
can't believe we're getting a remake.
伊藤さん、
I
今日はよろ
got-
しくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。改めまして岡本さん、伊藤さん、サイレントヒルが帰ってくるんですね。
はい、そうなんです。ファンの皆さん、本当に大変お待たせしました。サイレントヒルが帰ってきて、
Pyramid had mods of him being naked. We
サイレン
won.
トヒル2をリメイクいたします。伊藤さんにお声掛けしてからそろそろ3年ですよね。
いや、本当長かったですよね。でもこうしてこのタイトル
I don't think that's all they have for us, guys. I think there's more.
っていうそのタイミングを皆さんにお伝えできるっていうことに僕はすごく興奮しております。
伊藤さんの場合、ツイッターにもすごくファンの方がコメントされているので、もう隠してるのが大変だったんじゃないですか。
いや、そうなんですよ。岡本さんに
All three PS5 owners.
そのことに本当にファンからいろいろ質問されて、それをのらりくらりと交わすのが大変でして。
いや、僕らもちょっと脇で見ていて、ちょっとドキドキしておりました。
Wait, my hair is kind of giving Cheryl a little bit. The short pixie cut, little
作
short
曲家の
wig.
山岡明さん。山岡さんとも一緒に作っているんですけれども、ちょっと本日はですね、残念ながらこの場に来られなかったので、ビデオメッセージをお預かりしております。どうぞご覧ください。
I just wanted to wear the bob.
山岡です。もう21年ですか。
It's been 21 years. That's gaggy.
リメイクという形でまた新しい作品としてですね、蘇るというのは
Thank you, guys.
個人的にも僕的にもすごく嬉しく思っています。
I'm surprised it didn't get
当時は
leaked
その
before it came
いろ
out.
いろこうチャレンジしようというか、ビデオゲームっていう中でも新しいものというか、今までないものをテーマとしても作ろうみたいなところもあって、
There's a hair, please.
当時ディレクターがドストエフスキーの「罪と罰」を読んでくださいって言われて、何を作るんだろうなと。で、音楽ももちろんですけど、模索というかすごいいろいろチャレンジしてた思いではあります。このタイトルであれば新しい音楽っていうものを作り上げられるかなっていうのはすごい感じてました。未だに20年経ってもですね、サイレントヒルっていうタイトルがみんなの心の中に残ってるっていうのは、僕はすごくやってよかったというか、本当にこの上ない嬉しさというか気持ちでもあります。
I can't believe this is
リメイクに
happening.
関してもまたさらに
We're living in a good
新しい
era.
音楽性であったり、
Like, I know we get a lot of remakes, but this is the remake we needed. We didn't need no fucking Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. I love them, but they're not as good as the originals. This is a remake we needed. This and Resident Evil remakes are the only ones I love.
知らないサイレントヒル2を知らないユーザーさんにとっても、その時サイレントヒル2が初めて出た時のインパクトというか衝撃というか作れたらいいなと思っています。皆さんもぜひ楽しみにしていてください。
Oh, I'll be seated first day. We're streaming it first day. I don't give a fuck.
山岡さん、ありがとうございます。
They said next year.
若い人
I mean,
みん
it's
な
October.
山岡さんのことを尊敬しているので、みんなワクワク
Can you
しながら
imagine? It's coming out
一緒に仕事をさせていただいており
tomorrow.
ますそしてですね、日本だけでなく、制作チームのついて
People are saying it's coming for PC too, so I'm holding my breath.
今回のサイレントヒル2はポーランドのホラーゲームのスペシャリスト、ブルーバーチームで制作しています。彼らからコメントと制作風景をいただいてますので、こちらもどうぞご覧ください。
Silent Hill 2 is a cult classic.
Agreed.
And it's widely recognized as one of the best games ever made.
It is.
For many Bluebird team members, Silent Hill is the title which made them fall in love in horror games.
It's one of the best games of all time. I'm sorry.
This is why we approach
Like, put
our
horror
work
games on the map.
with a great
I'll say it.
respect to original game.
To ensure that we are keeping this unique Silent Hill atmosphere intact, we are working closely with original creators such as Masahiro Ito and Akira Yamaoka.
Oh. Amazing. It looks so good.
We want Silent Hill 2 to make the same strong impression today that the original game did 21 years ago.
Ah, the cover, the
While we want
PlayStation
to achieve the same
2.
end result, players' expectations evolve over time, and certain
Can I
things
play
need to be
test?
modernized to have the same or similar effect.
I'll help
For
at the
example,
studio.
That's why we went with the over-the-shoulder camera, so we can immerse players into the game world as much as possible.
Period. Thank you for keeping first person. Take notes.
We are creating a
I
scenario
mean, third person.
where new or modernized mechanics and features actually support the original spirit of Silent Hill 2. Combining the old with the new is no easy task, but we believe we are on the right track.
I want to be a mocap artist. Can I be mocap? I can do
To
stunts.
put it simply, our goal is to recreate everything what made the game a timeless classic.
Oh, it's
but
so
give it a
good.
new form, which will
Look at
go
it! Do you
layers
see like the
even
little
deeper into
gameplay
the
clips?
foggy
I'm like
streets of
peeking
Silent Hill.
around like to see if I can get any like intel. I'm like looking around at everything. Ugh, it looks so good from the little sneak peeks we've gotten. I'm so gagged.
すごいです。この現場からサイレントヒル2が生まれたんですね。
そうなんですよ。もう彼らは本当にホラーゲームとサイレントヒルが大
Well,
好
what's
き
the
で。
other half hour
で
for?
サイレントヒルに関しては
That's my
世界
question.
中の
Question for the
ゲームが
culture.
毎年のように提案をいただくんですけれども、その中でも彼らは最もですね情熱的ですごく愛を感じました。
素晴らしい。
伊藤さんも一緒にポーランド行きましたよね。
I don't care if it plays like Homecoming. It's Silent Hill 2 remake. We fucking won.
で何度も何度もね
We need to all buy it so they see that we love it and they make more. We all have to fucking buy it. I don't care if you don't goddamn play it.
ホラーゲームの未来、そしてサイレントヒルの未来について熱く語り、そしてゲームを一緒に作るということですね。
はい。
ところでですね、
Save your money from Bayonetta 3 and put it towards this.
サイレントヒル2はプレイステーション5で発売予定です。そこでプレイステーション5の発売元のソニーインタラクティブエンターテインメントさんから
Who said it was on PC? I don't think that's true.
ビデオメッセージをどうぞご覧ください。
Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Svensson, and I'm the Vice President of Global First
You're
Party
the
Relations at
reason
Sony
it's a
Interactive
PS5
Entertainment.
exclusive, so
I'm extremely
you're the
excited to hear
reason.
about the announcement of Silent Hill 2. Congratulations. This is definitely a celebratory moment, and we're looking forward to bringing Silent Hill 2 exclusively to PlayStation 5. Being huge fans of the franchise, our
It's
team at
not
SIE
PC.
feels
Guys,
fortunate
stop
and
lying
excited
to me.
To support the revival of Silent Hill. Okamoto-san, we eagerly await hearing more about what's in store for this beloved franchise. Thank you again for your partnership.
応援ありがとうございます。サイレントヒルはプレイステーションとともに成長してきたシリーズです。プレイステーション向けに発売できて非常に嬉しいですね。
皆様のサイレントヒル2
We'll have to go
の期待
back and
がすごい
inspect.
ですね。私自身サイレントヒル2の大ファンなので、もうお話聞いてるだけでますます楽しみになってきました。
ありがとうございます。ファンの皆様にはですね、本日からプレイステーション5のスターページもオープンしていますので、
It's
そちら
on
の
there
方もチ
today.
ェックしてみてください。よろしくお
I'll
願
be
いします。
inspecting.
そうなんです
Just kidding, I don't have a
わかりました
PS5.
ファンとしてすぐにチェック
What the fuck has a PS5?
それ
Sorry.
ではこの回はこのあたりで
The
岡本
first!
さん、伊藤さん、ありがとうございました。
She said the first video trailer.
私たちのいる世界も変わってきましたよ。
はい。このイベントはサイレントヒル2だけでは終わらないんです。今後
Oh?
は世界中の才能あふれるクリエイターたちとサイレントヒルの世界をさらに拡大していきます。
Oh?
続きがあるんですか。
Oh?
そしてその新しいビジョンの一つをお披露目することができるんです。ビデオの方をご覧ください。
Oh, I'm gonna shit. Silent Hill 6. I will literally crap on the fucking floor.
No. In this place. Why are you here? You're to be punished. That's good, I like it. You know what? I think you're right. I think we've done something so
Give it to me.
awful. We are stuck here in this place, being judged by these people. But for you,
Oh, it is a movie?
I think it's more than that.
No, it's a game.
I think you're here for some other reason. And I don't want to be anywhere near you when you figure that out.
What is happening? A new one? A new game?
Hi,
Hi, my name is John McKellen. I'm the creative director at No Code, and we are working on Silent Hill Townfall. I remember playing the original Silent Hill on PS1 back in...
We're getting a remake and a new Silent Hill?
So for us to work on this game with our friends at Annapurna...
Big
it was like an
wins!
actual dream come
Big
true.
wins
It's a real honor for us to
today!
bring a new title
Holy
to this series that
shit!
both respects the source material, but also does
You
something a
hear
little bit
me?
different with it. To say that Silent Hill has been an inspiration to No Code would be a massive understatement. Our previous two games, Stories Untold and Observation, both played with that same deep psychological horror. And at No Code, we're all about weaving that narrative and that experience into every aspect of our game design, our audio, our visuals, even our UI. So obviously the teaser trailer is just the beginning.
At the end of this, I'm ripping my wig off.
We can't show you
I'm doing it for the clip.
We're going to be hard at work for a while.
The bob's coming
we
off.
Can't wait to come back in the new year and show you more. Until then, it might be worth watching.
They
that
gagged
trailer
me.
again and see what you might have missed.
A new game and Silent Hill 2 remake. Not that trailer gave you goosebumps, girl. We saw nothing. Shush.
はい、実はちょっとしたカリフォルニアでのランチミーティングから始まったんですよ。
Anyways, I'm gonna enjoy a new drink that I got provided by G Fuel. It's a Sonic flavor. You see this? It's called Sonic and it's peach rings. You can use code Nemesis at checkout on some G Fuel.
そうなんですか。この他にも新たなパートナーはいらっしゃるんでしょうか。
はい。まだ今日は言えないんですけれども、
Oh my god, that's actually so
同様の素晴らしい才能を持っ
good.
たチームと今後のパートナーシップを拡大していく予定です。
それは素晴らしいですね。タウンフォール
It
が楽しみで
tastes
す。
like my favorite
ありがとう
drink.
ございます。では、タウンホールの話はひとまずここまでに
Thank you,
して
Robo.
次の話題に移っていきたいと思います。
Not taste like chili dogs, Liz, please. It's chili dog
次は何で
time.
しょう。
実はサイレントヒルはゲーム以外の展開もある
Oh,
ので、
okay, they're doing the trailer for the
ここ
movie
では
now.
その情報をお伝えしていきます。
なるほど、また新しい楽しみが増えますね。ではここでアシスタントプロデューサー内藤瑠衣さんをお迎えしてその新たな展開について伺ってい
This
きまし
bob
ょ
is cute.
う。内藤さんお願いいたします。
I'm giving in this
サイレントヒルの
bob.
IP 展開、クロスメディア展開を担当しています内藤です。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。内藤さん、今回はどんな情報をお持ちいただいたんでしょうか。
今回はですね、サイレントヒルゲームの復活のきっかけともなった映画化の話です。数年前に映画の元々作ってた映画のプロデューサーの方から最新作作りたいという提案をいただきました。監督は第
Who wants to go see the Silent Hill movie with me?
ガンズ氏が手掛けると。
Hold hands and go to the movie theater.
いい企画をいただいて、これはいい映画になるぞというところで進めてきました。
No, Liv, we should actually though.
まあ映画だけでいいのかというところもあって、これはゲームを復活させたいということもあって、隣にプロデューサーの岡本と一緒に、ゲームと一緒に復活する道のりを歩んできた。
Not live stream it. Oh, I just realized I have nothing in my tits, so I have like no
ここで
titties right now.
プロデューサー監督2名から。
Yes, Zane, let's go, please. I didn't know you were still here, but also hi Zane. Everybody follow Zane on social media. I love Zane so much. At ZaneX everywhere, I think, or the ZaneX. Just look up ZaneX. There's only one ZaneX. Follow my bestie. I don't care what you guys say. These movies were camp. These were cunty movies. I don't care.
That I have touched in 2006, 15 years ago. The film was a great success, and we decided to go back to the best of his stories. I mean, Silent Hill 2. The film is the story of a young guy coming back to Silent Hill, where he has known a great love, and what he's going to find is a pure nightmare.
I have the chance of being very close with Christoph, and we together has.
Have you guys seen the Resident Evil movies? Those were so good. Like, the fight scenes in that, so good. Not the new one with the guy from Victorious.
In the first Silent Hill, we were exploring a world. The world of this small town, completely closed into the mist. It was like being
Cast me!
A Twilight Zone.
Put me
but
in!
The second game, you know, the creator of the game have changed the rules.
Oh no, I like the new one, but I
We were
like
basically
it's not like
going
camp
back
like the
to
other
Silent
ones.
Hill, the
It
same
kind of
town,
is, but like not as
we
much as the
were
other ones.
Looking this strange world entirely through the point of view of the hero we were playing.
Mary, could you really be in this town?
He realized that
The direction
Mary
they're taking with all of this is a lot of inspiration from Silent Hill 2, which makes me very hopeful because I feel like before they didn't recognize how much of a cult classic Silent Hill 2 was. because they were just trying to make new stuff. You know what I mean? But like the focus on James and Silent Hill 2 is really good. Like I'm excited.
Or the person he loved the most in his life.
But where's Cheryl? Where's my
It's much more
girl?
about psychological horror. Even if we are going to find again all the same creature and the same strange terror sequence and things like that. But
Dua
the
Lipa.
first big
I have no
interrogation
idea.
and the
I don't
first big
remember.
terror
I watched it when it came out and
is
I don't
about
remember a thing.
ourselves. Are we mad? Are we sane? Are we sane to go back to Silent Hill to find this great love?
This one now has so many years from the first one that there is a clear idea from Christoph to make it modern, but also very true to the video game. And that's also what it is.
I want a tattoo so bad of Silent Hill 2 now.
The will
Like I was gonna get one anyway before this presentation, but I'm like, now I need it. I'm gonna get right here.
Adaptation.
I literally don't care if it's a cult symbol. I want the same symbol so bad. I literally don't care. I want it right here on my shoulder.
Has his own vision. It nurtures the creative vision of the authors from the game, but with a different vision.
Yes, Maria is such a serve.
They have created.
We were originally gonna play her DLC for this series I'm doing, but
The game of Silent Hill franchise were great artistic achievement, and I have a responsibility to transpose that on a big screen, you know.
Christoph is a real gamer. He has been...
Not he's a real gamer. I'm sorry. Do you hear yourself? Be serious. Nemesis is a real gamer.
I was one of them.
Please.
It was so important for me to respect.
I shouldn't be shitting on these people because I want to work with these people, but I guarantee you they don't like trans people.
Everything. Everything starts from this respect. So I'm going with a maximum of humility, a maximum of respect, but in the same time I have quite a charge, quite a goal, which is how to transpose the language of the game, which is entirely about immersion, into a tale, into a story that we can tell in 90 or 100 minutes.
The monsters are also one of the key elements that the fans are waiting for. And we are updating those in a way that the creation is similar, but they will be striking.
For me, one of my major goals in this film is how to redesign the classic monster of Silent Hill. I was talking about Red Pyramid, you know, this big guy with the helmet, you know. He's
that ending, please.
Some of the
oh yeah, I forgot I added the Nemesis Sus emote because I have so many emote slots and not enough money to pay an emote artist to make me emotes.
By the fan.
Oops.
But at the same time, for me, it was important to come back with surprise.
It's a new universe. It's a new challenge, and those are very important to bring these icons differently to the audience because they want them to have that wow effect.
That's why, you know, I found a very interesting...
I remember this scene. This scene's always in my brain.
To achieve this new design of the monster. Because
I wish I could stream in a Silent Hill Nurse cosplay, but you just can't see.
The younger audience, they want that collective experience. They want to be with their friends. They want to talk about it, but they want also to live that experience together.
We all know that watching an horror film
all right,
alone,
I'm excited for a new movie, but like, be FFR. Like, I want to hear this about the game. You know what I'm saying?
It's very different.
We are modernizing. We are giving him what the audience of today is really wanting. We are trying to do as much as possible, creating a new experience for that audience. Could be more immersive, interactive, and we have now new technologies, but we still have what makes the best is the story. And this story is at the core of it. So we hope that Return to Silent Hill will be a great return.
And if we want to keep the link with the audience, you know, we have to be perfectly aware that...
I want to do a Cheryl cosplay so bad.
...has changed in 15 years. Everything has been washed away, you know. We have to bring back something.
Cheryl is actually one of my favorite characters of all time. She's my main in Dead by Daylight. Glad she's in there. I'm glad she's getting a costume finally. Thank you so much. Let's move on.
映画に負けないように頑張っていこうと思ってます。
Moving on.
映画とゲーム両方を最高のクオリティにしてファンにお届けしたいと思ってます。
もうファンとしては両方とも本当に楽しみです。内藤さん、映画もゲームも
I want you to
まだまだ
end
これから
with
だ
a
と思うんですけ
bang.
れども、
A bang.
今後の予定などってお聞きすることってできますでしょうか。
さっきの映像の中にもあったと思うんですけど、すでに絵コンテとかイメージボードとかあるんですけど、実は撮影とかキャスティングはまだこれからなんですね。
Oh, casting's in the
いろいろ
works.
映画の方も山場がいっぱいあると思うので、こちらの方も
Cast
ゲームと一緒に
me.
いい作品になるように進めていきたいと思ってます。
ありがとうございます。映画も楽しみです。この配信をご覧の皆さんもぜひ楽しみにお待ちくださいね。それではこの回もそろそろ内藤さん、岡本さん、ありがとう
Yeah,
ございま
cast
し
me
た。
as nurse number 45. Merch!
From here, I would like to share with you some of Silent Hill related items that will help you enjoy the game even more.
I hope
Here's
it's
the first one
good.
we would like to introduce.
Don't do
From
NFTs.
Gecko, you all very know, 1/6 scale statue of Red Pyramid Thing is coming. Thoroughly supervised by the art director and the
People are gonna do
monster
naughty
designer
things
of
to
Silent
that.
Hill 2, Masahiro Ito, all details are brushed up. You can even see the details we couldn't express because of the video game spec at the time.
Can I take the cloth
things
off?
Capturing the scaffold can be connected, and you can recreate the scene of the final fight against 2 Red Pyramid things. Up next, James Sunderland 1/6 scale statue.
Sorry.
The realistic sculpture perfectly captures James's exhaustive facial expression.
I'm cool.
Not only the
I'll pass.
handgun, but
Where's
also the wooden
Maria?
plank, the steel
If they
pipe,
release a Maria
and the great
statue,
knife
I'm all
holding up
for
the
it. I
Red
will
Pyramid
buy
thing
it.
Can be held in his right hand. At his feet, health drinks are tossed away. Maria from Silent Hill 2 is also coming as a 1/6 scale statue. It is the very first official statue of Maria. With the high
Yes!
quality and beautiful
That's my
details. The
mother!
right
That's
hand
my
being painted there with
mother!
a hand holding a
Mother!
gun, which appears in the
Mother!
sub-scenario Born from a Wish. Last but not least, the secret ending of Silent Hill 2, Inu End, is also recreated
it's
as
a
a
coin
1/5
bank
scale coin bank
statue!
statue. The diorama statue will remind you of the last scene where James collapsed to his knees and say, "So it was all your work." From here, we will introduce some products from the official Konami
Are those
shop.
skateboards?
First, Silent Hill board collection.
I need them!
A
I
collection that
skateboard!
encapsulates all that horror
I need
world,
those! Are you
featuring legendary
serious?
characters from the first
I'm literally gonna
installment of
fucking
the franchise.
cry!
These
I need a
hand-numbered
new
limited
skateboard.
sets are
Somebody
now
buy me
available
it.
for pre-order. In official Konami shop, all these products are now available. Please check it out.
The pins! The
Here's
board!
further information about Silent Hill goods.
A bobblehead
And
nurse?
Crazy
Guys,
Rock,
I'm gonna go
1/6 scale,
broke!
fully articulated collectible figures of Red Pyramid Thing and Bubblehead Nurse are coming. They are high quality and fully articulated.
What am I gonna do?
From Good Smile Company, Pop-Up Parade Bubblehead Nurse is coming with affordable prices.
Oh my god, I need
Each figure typically stands
it.
around 17 to 18 centimeters in height. From Bedrock Collectibles, Red Pyramid Thing and Maria Elevator Chase diorama is coming.
I want
This
that.
statue
That
diorama
scene is so
captures a moment in
iconic.
time as Red Pyramid Thing readies to swing his great blade while Maria attempts to run away.
I'm
and
taking
reach
the wig
elevator
off.
in
It's
time
coming.
With her outreach
The wig is
hand.
about to be
This
snatched.
diorama will be coming soon to the Bedrock
I can't.
Collectibles website.
I can't.
Konami is proud to
I
present
can't.
all these items on Silent Hill
I can't.
e-commerce page. Don't miss it and secure your order.
I will be securing. Oh, no, goodbye. You could just say goodbye. She didn't want to say bye. Wow. Wow, lots of Silent Hill 2. Where's
Now
the
scene
3?
has changed, and we have our next guest. Our next guest is Jacob Navok. Jacob, please introduce yourself.
I'm Team
Hi, my name
Jacob.
is Jacob Navok, and I'm the CEO at Genbit.
Jacob, what will you be presenting?
I'm scared. Don't say
I'm gonna show
NFTs.
you a new kind of Silent Hill, an experience that you haven't seen up until now.
Oh,
A whole new
Jesus.
experience. What is it all about?
VR?
Please take a look at this video for him.
Don't do NFTs, please. I'm scared. Oh, live stream. Streamer. I'm scared. is this? What are we watching? Is that a mobile game? That's mobile. That's mobile down. Behavior? A Dead by Daylight stuff? Wait, what? Behavior's working on a Silent Hill spin-off game? What is happening?
Well, this is going to be another world of Silent Hill.
Is that a 4v1
Could
game?
you please introduce your project?
For over 20 years, Silent Hill has haunted my memories. And lately, I enjoy watching streamers playing Silent Hill with their fans. We love the feeling of being scared together, of experiencing fear with friends.
I'm listening.
That's why watching horror films in the theater is so fun.
I'm listening.
Silent Hill Ascension takes that feeling of communal fear to a massive scale. It's a live, real-time interactive series where millions of fans will watch together as the chilling story
Oh my
unfolds.
god, it's like a
You can
story-based
change its
game!
outcomes and even be a part of things. There is no reset. Decisions that you make mean life or death in the story.
Oh my god!
It's your chance to shape Silent Hill canon.
That's so
Silent Hill
gaggy!
Ascension is brought to you by Genvid, Bad Robot, Behavior, and DJ2.
Holy
It goes live in
shit!
2023.
3 new
Sign up at
games!
Ascension.com for updates.
I'm so excited about this new world of Silent Hill.
Holy
Here are
shit!
some messages we received from two important
The
partners
wig
in
is
the
like,
project.
I have pins
Before
in
we
it.
look at the messages,
I
could you
should have
please
glued it
introduce them?
down.
Today we're going to hear from Bad Robot as well as Behavior.
I see. Okay, first things first. I would like to read a message from director J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, it's like the Corey, but like viewer-based too. It's like Telltale when they chat can interact with you. Like when you could type in chat and change the outcome. That's so fucking gaggy.
Next, please watch the message from the art director of Bad Robot and the creative team of Behavior Interactive.
I'm literally gonna throw up. Like, this is so good.
Bad Robot Games and
Wait, excuse me, you're fucking hot.
Our approach to Silent Hill Ascension is to ensure we maintain the tone and the feeling that the fans have come to love from the franchise, while also adding our own twist of an oppressed, tormented, and morose dimension of reality. Silent Hill creatures are
Why is he sitting back like that?
projections from the darkest depths of the main.
I mean, I'll make him sit back like that.
In Silent Hill
I'll
Ascension,
be
we build off of
sorry.
this.
Why am I
creatures are
so attracted
inspired
to this
by
man?
the personal traumas and internal demons of our characters.
I can't pay
past
attention.
lives.
Someone help.
We want the art style to be a fresh take on the brand, while still being equally respectful to where we've been before.
In 2021, we released
No, go
The
back.
Executioner and the Survivor.
Wait, you're from Dead by
Showcase
Daylight.
Dead by
Hi,
Daylight.
hi, I love your
Today,
work.
Behavior once again will dive into the world of Silent Hill, but with a completely new experience.
Smooches, you're
Here's
very
Chris,
attractive too.
VP Creative of our service division, to tell you all about it.
Everyone at Behavior is excited to announce our collaboration with Genvid on Silent Hill Ascension, in a new form of entertainment that blends community, live storytelling, and interactivity.
Yeah.
Silent Hill Ascension takes you and the entire community on a unique interactive storytelling experience where the decisions you make affect the characters and the world. Those decisions become canon, and there's no reset button. This is a whole new chapter for Silent Hill, with new characters and frightful monsters, where the stakes couldn't be more real. We're thrilled to be working with the talented teams at Genvid, Bad Robot, and DJ2 to bring Silent Hill Ascension to life. Look for it to go live in 2023 and sign up at Ascension.com for updates.
Okay,
I
honestly,
can see the new charm of Silent Hill. The fun only gets better. Jacob, what do you think of the two message videos?
I am thrilled to work with these incredible teams. Together, we're going to revolutionize what horror means in interactive media.
no, I'm
Fantastic. We're
excited. Like
excited too.
it sounds
I
really
hope
good.
Everyone watching this distribution is
I'm very
eagerly
hopeful
awaiting
for that.
this
That
new
looks like
Silent Hill.
really, really
I'm
good.
sure you will not be disappointed. Thank you, Jacob, for sharing your fascinating title with us today. Thank you for your time, Jacob.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jacob. Smooches. Please do sponsored work for me. I'll do it. Sign me up. 3!
実は最後にもう一
One
本
more?
サイレントヒルの完全新作の発表があります。 我々が自信を持って送り出す新しいサイレント
Another new game?
Thank you very much. Finally, we will leave you with that completely new video. Thank you for watching Silent Hill Transmission.
We're getting 4 new Silent Hill games. I'm literally gonna shit, fart, cum, ass, scream, titty, bonk, fuck, dick, ass. What is happening? I'm throwing the wig at the end of this. It's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's literally a wrap. Yeah, literally I'm already seated. Look at the atmosphere! This is going to be so fucking good! I can't do this. I can't. I don't think I'm gonna be able to survive. It's a good day to be a Silent Hill fan. It's gonna say 2024. Please don't say 2024. Wow. Holy shit, you guys. Oh! Oh! Okay. Can we take a minute? Can we take a minute? Can we take a minute? We just got 4 new Silent Hill titles. Hold on. Let me get this. Let me get this camera out. I don't even know how to act right now. We literally just got 4 new Silent Hill games. What is happening? I can't. No wig. This is real. This is me. I'm gonna do my outfit change and we're gonna play, I guess, Silent Hill now. I'm sitting here with no wig on, so I would like to go should I put it back on? Where is the front? Oh, wow. Oh, yes. Wait, this is kind of giving. Oh, wait, the volume? This is like when Darby put the wig on backwards. Oh, wow. Gag. I gagged y'all with this one. Okay, I'm gonna go change. That was crazy. Literally 8 years, no Silent Hill. I can't. I took my wig off. Ava, we're getting 4 new Silent Hill games. 4! We're getting a Telltale game. We're getting a new title, like a Silent Hill like 5. We're getting a Silent Hill 2 remake, and then something, whatever the fuck it was. I literally can't. I like I'm gagged. I like literally can't. And the movie's coming out. Okay. I can't. It looks so good though, Ava. Okay, I'm gonna go change because I don't have a wig on. Does anyone want this? I was in the bob, Ava. You missed it. Wow. Okay, I'll be back. Wait, wrong scene.
For many Bluebird team members, Silent Hill is the title which made them fall in love in horror games. This is why we approach our work with a great respect to original game.